I have found a great book and from a new author, N.A. Moore. I picked up the Consorts and okay, it was because of the cover. I really had to read it. I read the synopsis. It was really fun. So it's about this prince of the incubi. So the prince of incubi is pure mind and pure body. So he's finally, after being disconnected from everyone and living a lonely existence, is finally going to pick out his 5 consorts. I really think this book is LGBTQ gold. It is, it's a thriller, mystery, fantasy elements. I mean, full on fantasy. Um, she she got me hooked on the world. It was so beautifully constructed, and all the characters had a different coloring. Like he is lavender with maroon hair and ruby like eyes. I mean, this author really needs to be nurtured because she has great instincts. I can see her becoming I can see her becoming a great author. The only thing I really have problems with, well, I mean, there's things. I mean, she's a new author, right? But there are some elements I was kind of like, okay, but it wasn't enough to take me out of my suspension of disbelief. And fantasy is supposed to be fanciful. And I'm telling you, the first part of the book, it is a slow, simmering burn because nobody is having sex yet. It's all about his insecurities because he hadn't been around incubi. And there's a reason why. Later on, you find out, much later. Um, so he's shy, he's insecure, and it all comes out. And it's showing his attraction to these males and their attraction to him and the building up of loyalty and trust. It's wonderful. Um, and then you get into the place where they start having sex. And it's hot. Let me tell you. It is, like I said, this author has great instincts. And you go into this middle part where he's joining with his consorts, and not, but mentally too. Um, he's learning about them. They're learning about him. Then you really get into the mystery thriller part. Honey, I could not put this thing down. I would fall asleep and then I'd be like, oh, yeah, let's start reading that again. So I my biggest thing is that she needs to be nurtured. I saw the profile picture and she looks very young, and that makes me even more excited because I think, well, how many years are we going to have books from her? I think it's very promising that her career. The only thing is I wonder, because she didn't have it edited and everything, I was getting a little nervous because I want more from her, especially in this world. I just, and there is an opening at the end where there might be, right? So I I started getting obsessive. I got on all these forums, and I told the author about, um, in the Goodreads section, it says it's 826 pages, but the Kindle version it's 419. So if you're looking at that and thinking, I don't think I want to commit that much, it's 419. And if you look at like some books, I mean, 50 Shades of Grey and those kind of things, that's not a real long book. It's pretty comparable. Um, but I was like, oh, you got to get that changed because more people have to read you. And people were saying, in the comments that they were intimidated to read it. And I was like, no, you have to read this. Um, so I was getting a little obsessive. And I was wondering, why am I so obsessive about this new author? And then I realized it was anxiety because if if she doesn't have success, then she's not going to write anymore, and I won't be able to read her great books, and maybe she won't write more about this wonderful world that she's created, and revisit some of these characters. I mean, I can't recommend it enough. And I'm all over here sighing because I really felt strongly because I was, how you read a good book from an author and you're thinking, okay, what else have they written? And she's written one other book, and I'm going to check it out. But I mean, I really want her to succeed. So I'm telling you to read her book, The Consorts, N.A. Moore, for purely selfish reasons. But I do want to share it. And it would be nice to see her grow as an author. And so let's give her some love, get some people reading this book, getting some 5-star reviews, and get her enough money where she feels like she can edit her stuff and play with the big dogs. You know what I'm saying? The big girls. I don't know. But it's been a week since I've read her book, and I'm still in that place where I can't start another book. I have a serious book hangover. I yeah. So my husband just texted me, and of course I can read the text, and I'm like, okay. So I guess he's going to call me, so I got to stop this video right now. So please read N.A. Moore's The Consort, and I hope you loved it as much as I do. I'll talk to you later. Bye.